morning, good afternoon, good evening. Fabulous 3, 2, 1, and we're live. I don't know how much light I got. I'm outside, so I don't know. I'm sitting in the car today. It was so distracting the other day. We're here with another edition of Notes on the News, where I read to you headlines from my news feed and share with you my thoughts and ideas and perspective about those headlines. But it's not news. It's just my notes on the news about those headlines or whatever else might come up for me. So let us start with the daily words. Is it daily words of the Buddha? Hasten to do good. Restrain your mind from evil. One who is slow in doing good, that one's mind delights in evil. Oh, they're saying if you're slow to do good, then your mind delights in evil. So hasten to do good and restrain your mind from evil. Okay. Yeah. I was just talking about how I'd be thinking sometime about people making their transition and how I wish that they would and it would make me happy. And I'm like, I wish I didn't think that, but I do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, especially since nobody is on the line right now, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to read all of the headlines. I might give some commentary, and then I'm going to go back to the comments. Hey, welcome on the chat. So I'm doing something a little different because I don't know what's up with the sun or how much light I'm going to have. Oh, I don't have the car on, so that's not going to work. So let us proceed with the notes on the news. The first woman to start a bank finally gets recognition. Okay. Swedish archaeologists reveal 5th century massacre at Sandborg. This is that story. The first woman to start a bank finally gets recognition. That was coming off of Moguldom. Her name was Maggie L. Walker, and I think it's a statue in Virginia. Dang. Hey, Yapo, how's your negotiations go? Yeah, the picture isn't coming, the image isn't coming up, so I'm going to keep going. Welcome on the chat. Okay. Here we go again. 2 white college students post racist videos screaming and joking about the N-word. Israeli police man jailed for killing Palestinian teen. So I did not know. I mean, it's like we talked about the fact that the tide is turning on Israel, or seems like it's turning on Israel. That seems like a prime example of it. Remember when I used to do all my videos in the car? That's what all of a sudden, I'm like, just like old times, all I need is Bella sitting in my lap, standing in my face and stuff. So the tide is turning. We tabled them for the rest of the evening. Well, that's good. That gives y'all time to figure out how to make it more winning, win. So it's like the tide is turning, or something is different for Israel. I don't really know what's up, but I'm like, an Israeli policeman was jailed for killing a Palestinian teen. That's like a white person being jailed for killing a black person in this country, almost, or similar, or whatever. So I don't know. Hey, Frank G, welcome on the chat. Black students subjected to disproportionate amount of discipline, Education Department report says. So again, none of this stuff is necessarily like surprising, or, like it's SSDD, it's same stuff, different day. It's scorpions being scorpions. Body cam footage shows rookie cop shot. Oh no, hold on a second. Right, exactly, it's that. Body cam footage shows rookie cop shoot fleeing black teenager in the back. Alabama police target and harass. Hey, Myosha. Welcome on the chat. Alabama police target and harass man peacefully protesting arrest of woman at Waffle House. I saw the woman getting arrested. And, she was like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Right? Is that what she kept saying? And I think that's how we as black people, like, that's like our question. Like, what did we do wrong? We didn't do anything wrong. We're trying so hard to be, good, respectable. What did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? Why are you doing this to us? What did we do wrong? It's like when I hear her, I just really felt, it was just like all of us. It's like it's like that's, and I mean, not to say, I like, it's like hearing her say it. I'm like, you didn't do anything wrong, sis. I understand I understand why she was asking the question in a way, but then in a way, it's just kind of like, I don't, like part of solving problems is asking questions. Part of getting answers is asking questions. But we do have to learn to ask the right questions. You know what I mean? So what did I do wrong? Yeah, I hurt for that lady. And for all of us, I hurt. I mean, I felt it, it's like, but I'm just praying that we can, like, continue to fine tune our ability to ask the right questions and to, just our critical thinking and analytical skills can continue to, develop and evolve, and the skills of our young people can continue to develop and evolve, so that we're asking questions that are going to give us. When you ask, see, metaphysically, when you ask, what did I do wrong? Then the universe is going to tell you what you did wrong. We have to, I felt like it was me. It could have been any of us. It could be any of us. Because then I was watching Sister Circle when, how this child covered the story. And Quad it's no right question, just like there's no right. So Quad was like, she was like on fire. Miss Quad was like really, really upset. And then the next story they covered was the women at the golf course who, I guess were golfing too slow, but really they were just being black, and the white people were upset because they were black, and so they called the police on them or something. I don't even know the story, but I think I did mention it yesterday. But when you ask, what did I do wrong? Then the answer you're going to get is, what did you do wrong? When you ask, how can I win? How can I succeed? How can I, be more effective at this? Like, we have to be. And of course, in a crisis situation, I'm not like criticizing, how she responded in that situation. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just like looking at that, and then also thinking about us as a people and how, we need just, yeah, yeah. So a man was protesting outside of the Waffle House, and so the peacefully protesting, we have to say that in the thing, right? Because what do we do but peacefully protest? Why are you doing this? Right? Yeah, that might be a better question, but I don't even know. Because if he said, I'm doing it because I can, I'm doing it because, you were disobedient, I'm doing it because, you're black, it's sort of like we have to ask questions like, how can I be free? Like, not why did you enslave me, but how universe help me to understand how I can get my freedom. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I used to think about how to ask questions to get but I haven't consciously really. No, he didn't. This is the headline. No, he didn't. Ben Carson proposes shaking down poor people with federal rent hikes. We probably have to police ourselves. Yeah, but it's kind of like, I mean, and definitely when we talked about the Starbucks thing, and when I guess I was talking to y'all when I realized, I'm not trying to, I ain't trying to give them no money going to no white establishments. And I was listening to somebody's live yesterday, and they're like, well, they're going to do the training, so I'll probably go back to Starbucks, because I mean, it's really a big deal for them to close down 8,000 stores. And I just did not feel that way at all. Like, I don't feel that way worth a god doggone. I'm just not interested at all. Like, I feel like, again, in order for me to be like, oh, I want to go into Starbucks would have to be like, I love black people. I love Angela. I'm so good to black people. I'm doing this for black people. I'm doing that for black people. I'm committed to black people. I would have to really feel like, you'd have to impress me, and I am not impressed with you. Who's doing the training in the 8,000 stores? Like, you're funneling money and resources into some. I bet you it's not a black business. I bet you it's not a black business. I read someplace that it was an Israeli business, but yeah, I'm not impressed. So Aunt Ben Carson wants to raise the rent for poor people. You have to only hit me once, Ike, is my philosophy. Right. I mean, I don't know. I think so. I don't think I'm like really, one for a lot of, I don't know, foolishness, but I think it's so situational because I feel like you can find yourself in situations that you never thought that you would find yourself in personally. Like I personally have never been in a physically abusive relationship. Some there might be some argument that my first marriage was emotionally abusive, but I'm not really sure. You know, but I don't know what I don't I think I only hit you could only hit me once, I guess. I don't know. Amazon fixed so Ben Carson. So they raising the rent on the poor people, cutting the taxes on the rich people. Amazon fixed an exploit that allowed Alexa to listen all the time. I don't know if you heard that, Brother Yapo, but she probably can't hear you now because Amazon done fixed it. Military veteran sues Cracker Barrel for throwing him out on false claims he verbally assaulted a waitress. Constant controversy hasn't stopped Facebook from making money. Joyanne Reed provides proof that someone hacked. Right. I thought I understood what you were saying. That's how I understood it. But I was just trying to see if it applied to me. Yeah, right. Proof that someone hacked her blog and posted homophobic commentary. U.S. college says outdoors is too risky for outdoors clubs. So the hunting club, I don't know what the outdoors clubs are. The hiking club is too dangerous outside to go and hike. We not gonna have no hiking club. It ain't gonna be no. If you can't hike inside, you can't hike. Can we have a hiking club inside? Okay, we can have a hiking club. Turkey Cumhuriyet trial. 13 newspaper staff convicted over coup. I don't remember what that was about. Angela Davis paid homage with Prada t-shirt, but it comes with a Prada price tag. Did she license that? Did she give permission for them to do that? Don't put my image on no damn Prada nothing. 15 life-changing trips for couples. I love to travel. You learn so much about people when you travel. They have giant SUVs and don't want to drive them because it's snowing outside. I miss that. But it's talking about how when you travel with people, you really get to know them better and all of this other stuff. And I certainly have had that experience. That is for sure. Oh, the Outdoors Club. Or people who put plastic on their couches. But I guess you could still sit on it even though it's got plastic on it. But it'd be so loud and uncomfortable. My grandmother had plastic on her couch, so I know personally about plastic on the couches. Dr. Pearline Oliver, co-founder of the Nova Scotia Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Why Green Berets are the smartest, most lethal fighters in the world. Now, this article was really interesting to me. Some of the stuff we've been talking about, it just kind of, it's kind of, they silently slip into, evening a love like the sun, they silently slip into hostile countries to train and lead guerrilla forces. They call themselves quiet professionals. They work in 12-man teams, known as an A-team, with each member having a specific job. There's a ranking officer who's the team leader, a weapons sergeant who knows just about every weapon in the world. The communication sergeant tees up ordnance or extract. I don't know what that means. And the medics can take lives as quickly as saving them. The training is physically exhausting. Yeah. I wonder if the Black Panthers with their black berets, if there was like any conversation with that concept of green berets. Megyn Kelly reportedly has a $69 million contract with NBC. Here's how that stacks up against other top TV hosts. She's like really, really high up there. North and South Korea, the petty side of diplomacy. So North and South Korea do stuff like they put on loudspeakers, and on the loudspeakers, South Korea will put on like South Korean music or South Korean like TV shows, and then North Korea will put on stuff on their loudspeakers, so the people who live near the border of the demilitarized zone can hear this stuff back and forth, and then the soldiers who are in the demilitarized zone are kind of traumatized because they can't sleep, so their morale goes low. So the North Korea is like, South Korea ain't boo-boo. Their policies, so it's like that kind of stuff, or else they'll like drop flyers on each other's land, like flyers being like, why North Korea ain't boo-boo, or why South Korea ain't boo-boo, or whatever. But it's sort of like things that they do to show that they're like still at war or still mad at each other, but it's not anything that's going to escalate to anything like, it's not like I'm going to bomb you and then you have to bomb me back. It's like I'm going to throw some flyers in your neighborhood and you can throw some flyers in my neighborhood. So they called it petty. This word petty has really gotten currency in the last, year, 2 years, whatever. I never heard petty so many times in my life. Kamala Harris joins Cory Booker, no longer accepting corporate PAC money. That's good. Love and hip hop star Juju keeps it classy after fellow Love and hip hop star Masika, Kalisha, whatever, sends shady message about women having degrees that they aren't using. Singapore mourns Inuka, the world's only tropical polar bear. I guess the bear died. Mexican cowboy stops armed robbery in Monterrey, Mexico. Indian teacher arrested over wedding bomb murder. So we talked about it on the show. The people had gotten married and they got a package in the mail and they figured it was a wedding gift and it exploded. It was a bomb. And what this article is saying is that Masika, Kalisha, Bomb Kanisha, and them. He say if you got a degree and you ain't using it, then you need to stop talking about the fact that you got a degree. So the child who got married, his mother got a promotion, and so the person who didn't get the promotion sent the bomb to the child who got married and killed him. He ain't even send the. And even if you sent the bomb to the person who got the promotion, it's kind of. Japan objects to Korean summit dessert. So Korea has like a little dessert for their, the summit, and it has like a map, like a little map of Korea. Like, this is Korea. And on it, it has 2 islands that I guess both Korea and Japan say are ours. Like, Japan is like, these islands are part of Japan. And Korea is like, these islands are part of Korea. And so on the little dessert, it's like Korea, and it has the little islands. And so Japan is like, we object. Madrid leader Cifuentes resigns over supermarket theft video. I can't remember what it was about. Twitter posts another profit and adds 6 million users. So I think 3 months ago they posted a profit, and this is the first time in like 10, 15 years that they've made a profit since they've been in business. So it was like, is that a fluke? And they're saying, no, see, profit quarter over quarter. We got profit. We making money. Asram Bapu, Indian guru sentenced to life for raping girl. She was 16 years old, and he had like 15, 20 ashrams, maybe more than that. And he's got multiple kind of like charges against him, and some of the people who have made charges against them, like their friends and family and them, have been hurt. Like, they think that their followers might be going after the people who are making charges against him. But, just this idea of these spiritual leaders, religious leaders, or whatever, who are predators. I don't know if it's disturbing. It's kind of disturbing, but yeah, it's just kind of like, it just seemed like if you gonna do evil, I mean, I guess if you're going to do evil, if you go into hell, you go into hell if you believe in the concept of hell. But like if you go into Hell, you going whether you do evil in the name. Like it's not like you're going to the worst hell. You know, I guess if you if you ain't right, you ain't right, whether you do it in the context of the church or not. Those world leaders will fight over who has the biggest slice of cake at a party. Right. Speaking of petty and foolish and like, I mean, these whole, like all of this diplomatic stuff, it's like a lot of little dynamics. And yes, it's a lot. I guess ways that people try to like shade other people and embarrass. Like the man who was like, oh, I'm just wiping dandruff off of your shoulders. Dumb. Stephen Curry headed to Hollywood after new deal with Sony Pictures. I think he's developing projects or whatever. Children with their fingers on the button. Children. And I feel like they're worse than children to me. I mean, I guess children will argue over who has the biggest slice of pie. But, some of the other stuff, I'm like, the kids even do that? I mean, there are some mean kids, but brats, right. Atlanta entrepreneur inks major deal with international production firm in hopes of creating content for African Americans. The sun is gone. YouTube's algorithms can't detect graphic bestiality images. So they saying they done took down all of these videos, but they still can't detect, hardcore porn stuff that's on your site. So y'all need to keep working on your algorithms. Hotel door locks worldwide were vulnerable to hack. And these were like major hotel chains. Like you could make, even if you had like a key that someone had discarded that had been deprogrammed or whatever, if you got a hold of it, you could make, in like, let's say it was for the parking garage, not even for the room, you could make a master key that could get you into all of the rooms, and it couldn't be detected by the computer that a master key had been made. Rwanda genocide era mass graves found. That imagery with all of those skulls, I think it said that, I mean, the numbers, I just couldn't even comprehend it. It was like mind-boggling, the numbers of people. I feel like that it made their transition in this particular genocide. Look at this imagery. Some 800,000 people were killed in genocide. Can you see all of those skulls? Like those are human skulls. 4 mass graves have been unearthed in Rwanda, which are believed to date from the 1994 genocide. 800,000 people, that's like a lot of people. And I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Right. Why would they? That's like the cops. Why y'all need to do anything, serious? Why don't y'all come, beat and harass somebody who ain't doing SHIT? Hank Azaria, right? I haven't seen any bestiality videos on YouTube, and it probably is something where if you like, you might probably stumble on it. Like if you, I don't know, because I've been watching these little kitten videos. But I'm just saying, you might put in animals or something. I don't even know how the kitten videos came up in my suggested videos, because I don't watch. I haven't been in the habit, only Car Love. I haven't been in the habit of, watching animal videos. So I don't know how it came. But, the algorithm, we probably haven't stumbled upon it. Hank Asriel willing. Hey, True Royal family, welcome. Hank Asriel willing to step aside from Simpsons' Apu role. Now, that's the white guy who plays the Indian guy. And then some Indian guy did a whole movie about how the character in The Simpsons, the Indian character, is offensive and, ignorant and a bad representation. And so the white guy is like, he's willing to step aside. But I kind of feel like, just step aside. Like, to me, to say, oh, I'm willing to step aside. Are you willing to give back the money that you made? Demeaning that, I'm not impressed. Just shut up. That's how I feel. BFI responds to labor damning diversity verdict and call for inclusion writers with film and TV tax relief. So in Britain, they're saying, look, y'all get all these good tax benefits from making these films or whatever. Y'all got to include women, because remember, they've been tracking what's going on with women and how women are paid compared to men, and it's not anywhere near equitable. Amazon made a kid-friendly Alexa with an Echo Dot to match. Your girlfriend, Alexa, has been in the news today, Yapo. The New Jim Crow, an online documentary. We've been talking about the New Jim Crow, and people were saying they were having a hard time, reading it. So I don't know. I'm not familiar with the documentary, but maybe that's a way to sort of get the information. Mary Meacham, abolitionist who helped those enslaved escape to freedom. She was black. I kind of clicked the link because I was curious, but she and her husband were both enslaved and freed themselves and then worked to free other people. And I feel like it's really, really important to me for us to keep that on our consciousness, because, our saviors are invariably us. Our saviors are black people. Every once in a while, there might be something else in the mix, but we save ourselves. We always have, and we always will. Meghan Markle tapped this history-making black musician to play at the royal wedding. He's a cellist. He plays this cello, I think. Black veteran sues Cracker Barrel for racial discrimination after getting kicked out by manager. Kim Wall murder. Danish inventor Peter Madsen given life sentence. It was like crazy. Like, the woman was trying to interview him, and he invited her on a submarine he had made. I guess he was thought to be like this eccentric guy, and he killed her and then cut her body up. And then first he was like, oh, I dropped her off at 9. Then he was like, oh, I didn't drop her off. What had happened is that there was an accident. It was like he kept changing his story, and he out here killing people, raping people, killing people, and cutting their body up. It's just some European people, but I don't know why it caught my attention. Sean Hannity bought $90 million in properties using government assistance, report reveals. Sicko. It's not the job of the oppressed to sit with our oppressors. See, what they always want us to do, or a lot of times what we get asked to do, and I try to stay far away from that, is educate you and explain to you what I did wrong. Oh, so the story was talking about some white guy who followed this Muslim couple walking down the street for 20 blocks, yelling out the car window at them, harassing them. And I feel like I would be really, really stressed out if somebody was following me down the street for 20 blocks. That is a long time. And then he's like, oh, his apology was it wasn't quite, he's basically like, I'm sorry I got caught. I don't know, his apology was weird. I'd have to look at the language, but I'm like, and then he's like, we should sit down. And I'm like, sit down for what? Who would want to sit down with his behind? Killing every day. Yes. Yep. So it's not like our job, we have so much work to do on us, and we have so much, there's so much that we need. We don't have no emotional, financial, no resources for y'all, for nobody else. We have resources for us. That's who we have resources for. We have, it's only logical. You start with yourself and you expand outward. Unapologetically black digital web series Giants goes beyond entertainment. It's on YouTube. I've never seen it before. It's some work by Issa Rae. Okay. Hackers steal over 150,000 in cryptocurrency with DNS scam. I was listening to something on cryptocurrency today, y'all. I'm trying to understand. But this DNS scam, I think, was it was a wallet, a wallet where you can keep your cyber money, and they stole some money. Police say officers followed protocol in black woman's violent Waffle House arrest. That's kind of what set me off today, because I'm like, yeah, they followed the protocol. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Violently arrest us, harass us, shoot us, beat us, humiliate us. Like, they right on track. That's what they're in place for, you know? And so it's kind of like, when we're like, why are they doing it? It's like, I don't know how to get, like, we're in a loop. We're like in a loop. We just keep seeing the same stuff and saying the same stuff, seeing the same stuff and saying the same stuff, seeing the same stuff and saying the same stuff. How can we progress? You know, how can we move to the next level? Native teens are using prom to make a statement about indigenous representation. That's their protocol. I've been saying the same thing, my queen. So yeah, that's right. They in place to demean us. It's the shock and awe campaign. So the Native teens are in the same way that we've seen, you know, young women mostly of African descent. But even, you know, you see it with high school students and college students, like the kente cloth used to be hot. I don't know what else they're doing now, but to represent, hey, we're of African descent and we're proud of that. And we want that to be part of this celebration too. You know, there's nothing here. You know, we want, so they on point with hate. So the Native folks are this young woman had like some kind of, you know, embellishment that, you know, I guess to me sort of kind of looked Native, and it probably was relevant to her culture on her dress. So that's kind of like, I like that, you know. I feel like the more representations and explorations and celebrations of culture and other cultures and various cultures, the better to me. Bill Cosby's sexual assault retrial sent to jury. Ex-boss of Waffle House shooting suspect asked FBI to help him. That's the guy who, y'all know who he is, who killed the folks at the Waffle House. Paris Jackson slams family members who are saying they're worried about her. When was the last time you called me? Don't be going to no anonymous sources, the press, talking about you worried about me. Call me if you worried about me. Talk to me. I totally understand that. With her white, blue-eyed self. Does anybody believe that's Michael Jackson's child? Those are his children? I'm so confused. Man with a concealed carry permit denied a firearm at Walmart after making employee feel uncomfortable. They really on a warpath to Kill Bill. No way. Who is Kill Bill? So the person had a permit. We following the law or whatever the rules are, but of course the rules don't apply to us. So he go to get or they selectively apply them to us. He go to get the firearm, and the employee is like, "You make me feel uncomfortable." Black. Oh, Bill Cosby. Yeah. You make me feel uncomfortable. So I'm not going to sell you a weapon. I'm sure it's a black person. Oh, it's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. NRA breaks 15-year fundraising record after Parkland shooting. So after the Parkland shooting, they got even more money. Golf club co-owner insists they called the police on 2 black female golfers to ensure an amicable result. While Waffle House hero raises money for victims, others raise over $50,000 for him. Trucker wall helps prevent man from jumping to his death. So he was like trying to jump over the overpass to kill himself, and the truckers got there. So like if he jumped, instead of jumping down 20 feet, I guess he would jump down 5 feet. American Airlines employee jailed after launching profanity-laden tirade against TSA agents. He's a black guy. And they he ain't had the right ID or whatever. Right, I hope so too. Where can I donate? Black business in Boston vandalized with racially tainted message. New drone base in Niger becomes the largest troop labor construction project in U.S. history. Pimpin' rides, African style. I do not like that pimp my ride language or whatever. But anyway, I don't think this is like in America, but the fabric and everything in the car was African print. Yeah, that's right, Iyapo. Toronto van attack. Alec Minassian praised incel killer. So this guy was like an involuntary incel is like someone who is involuntarily celibate. Did y'all read about all of that? He was like part of a group of people who feel like, because it seemed like because he's like a nerd or something, like he can't have sex, and so they mad, and that's part of it's something. I don't know. I skimmed it and I was like, this is really beyond. I couldn't seem to really compromise. Right, it was like very, very strange. But that's what this incel is. Oh, you did. Oh, well, maybe I'll come across something that explains it, because I was like, what in the world is this? I mean, I guess it's so many varieties of foolishness, and I guess it's so many varieties of wonderfulness too. Forest bathing, how a walk in the woods could do you good. Did you get outside and walk and breathe some relatively fresh air today? Did you move your body? Did you drink some good water, some fresh water? Did you eat some good wholesome foods? How are you loving yourself today and taking care of yourself for yourself and your family and your community? Because we need you. There are a lot of those sexually frustrated white boys running around. That's why we need to stay clear of them. Right, and they got a whole group. I mean, yeah, out of glass. Yay, they got whole groups where they talking about being sexually frustrated. That was very strange. Hours after a Mexican presidential candidate suggested cutting off hands to punish crime. Yes, I worked out today. Yay! Somebody gave, at where I was working, they gave me a bone or some bones for my dog. That child sat up there for like 2 or 3 hours just chewing on that bone. When I gave it to her, it wasn't a bone. I don't know what it was. I'm going to ask her, like rawhide or something, but it didn't look like rawhide. It was probably pork. That's why Bella was focused on it, because she'll get but anyway, but I took her for a walk. I didn't want to, but she was, she needed to go out, and I need to go out too. So I was like so grateful. Hours after Mexican presidential candidate suggested cutting off hands to punish crime, a gang gave his idea a grisly sign of approval. They're like, that's a good idea. Let us cut off some hands. I guess that's what they did. So, yeah, I didn't even write down what I ate yesterday. I'm losing my little habit. I mean, what fresh fruits and vegetables I ate yesterday. And I think I did relatively good, but I don't remember now. I can't think of it. But that's it. That's the end of my notes on the news feed. And it's not like totally and completely dark. So what's new and good with you today? What's exciting? What's progressive? What's what's new in your life? What's good in your life? The sun is going down. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. That's new and that's good. Every breath refreshes us and helps to elevate us. And deep breathing, I'm not deep breathing now, but it's really, really important. It's all good. Life is good. Like what, for example? Let us be specific in our appreciation and celebration of the blessings and wonderfulness. And what are you looking forward to? What's coming up that's exciting, and this got you like a little bit like, ooh, I can't wait. What am I excited about? I'm really excited about, congratulations! An A in philosophy. That's new and good. That's wonderful, brother. That's wonderful. I'm excited about Costa Rica. I'm trying to stack. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this show, because it's like my son will be finishing college. That's exciting. Yay! Woo! I liked what you were saying. Well, I didn't, I mean, I appreciate, love that, Brother Yapo. I appreciate you, like, I didn't necessarily appreciate you saying I should have gone to college when I was 18 or 20 or finished college at that time. I don't necessarily appreciate that, but I appreciate, what you're doing now. I was like, I like that. I like people who, do what they do. It's like, go on and do that. Yay! I don't believe in shoulds. I used to have this magnet that said I would not should all over myself today. Like, you did what you did. You can't go back and undo it. And should is like, yeah, you know what I mean. So I just celebrate and applaud, what you're doing. I feel like it's never too late. So I feel like until, but as long as we alive, it's plenty of stuff to learn and do. And, I feel like it's courage and boldness to like pursue what you want, Is that like an alpha male type thing? I wanted to talk about the alpha male thing and nobody would talk about it on the mukbang, mube. I like when it starts getting dark on my videos. Like now my teeth are not the same color as my shirt, but as it gets darker and darker, my teeth are going to be white. No, I'm not going to the All Black Women's Retreat in Costa Rica. My mother is talking about moving to Costa Rica, so I'm going to move. I've been looking to relocate, but I've kind of been hesitant because I came here, because I was kind of concerned about what was going on with my parents. So, I really, even though I've been like itching, like, let me out! Not exactly, but I've been like wanting to move. So I'm super, so she, I started sending her articles and stuff when she got back from South Africa. She's like, one of the people in the group is like, I'm gonna retire to South Africa. I'm gonna go, they liked it. They wanted to go. We talked about it. And, she wants to, I think so. That's what we about to look at. So, we gonna go visit the group the couple that organized the group to South Africa. They're gonna do another trip to South Africa next year, but they're also gonna do a trip to Costa Rica. So we're gonna go visit. We're researching, trying to, and I feel like Costa Rica is right by Panama. Belize, I'm like I'm open to all of that because that's way closer than, so yeah. I'm excited. That's what I'm looking forward to. But so I'm like stacking. I'm trying to stack. Move to the motherland. Where in Africa would you like to move? Yeah. Now see, that's the thing. I'm like, and then I kind of like the reason that this, like, there's something, even though I'm we don't know, you want to explore and try to figure out and research. Yeah. I feel like Africa is like a whole nother continent. I know that's obvious. But like here, I feel like even though it sounds kind of crazy, I feel like if something goes down, I could drive from Costa Rica to the United States. But in Africa, I feel like if something goes down, and I guess that's like fear orientation. I'm not really sure, but I mean, I am sure, but I don't know. It's like, it's weird when some places kind of like the only home even though it's not really very homey, So, yeah, that's what I got. That's it. I want to live in Cape Town, but they need to get the white people out first. They working on it, sort of, kind of, aren't they? Have you been to Cape Town? Cape Town is about to run out of water. We've been talking about that. Or I don't know what they're going to do, but that's been on the conversation, that they're really struggling with water. Yeah. Anybody, I have not. I've only seen pictures and video. Oh, but some places sometimes resonate with you. Shoot, I could go almost anywhere, I think. I guess they do a good job of making you want to leave here. And then I wonder, like, if I leave and try to come back, are they going to be like, we can get dual citizenship in Ghana? Yeah, we were talking about that maybe on that earlier chat. If you leave and try to come back, are they going to be like, you're not American, And then it's kind of like, I think about these these people who have been settled in communities for, you know, generation after generation after generation. And then the government or whatever, like the Rohingya, is like, you know, well, you don't belong here, so get out, and we're killing you, we're burning you out, we're massacring you, it's a wrap. And then where do you go? You know, I mean, not that they not killing us, massacring us, burning us out here. I don't know. I just, it's, yeah. I don't have the answer. I just have the question. I want to be, you know, happy and free, and a place that's very sunny. I love to be by the water. I would love to be by the mountains too. That's one nice thing about Costa Rica. Got to have a little piece of land out of the U.S. and soon. Yeah. I want to be someplace where I can get fresh fruits and vegetables, and where I can, you know, feel, I guess, even if I like emotionally, physically, spiritually safe. And like, where I can, like Costa Rica has a lot of, I guess, volcanic action. So it's like a lot of mineral baths. And that's like one of my passion. I don't know if it's a passion, but wherever I go, I'm always trying to get in somebody's natural mineral springs and find them wherever they are. And, you know, I want to be able to do that. So, all right, good people. I guess I'm going to go inside and see what's going on in the theater. Yes, I don't know what I'm going to do this Friday when it's open at night. Almost anywhere below the Tropic of Cancer. What's below what does that mean? Is that good and healthy and wholesome? It's funny when you talk to our people, all we really want is to be at peace. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I think you're right. And yeah, that might just be nature, and it might also just be like, God, dog, we've been just harassed and just so much trauma and drama and chaos and attack and BS. It's kind of like I just want to, you know, I want to read and study, and yes, peace. Yes. Hey, welcome, COG Consciousness of Consciousness of Genocide. Hey, Build It, Fix It with Jay Wade. Welcome, COG Consciousness of Genocide. We're finished with the notes on the news. I don't know if you've been in for a long or not, but you can watch on the replay. But I'm just running out of light, just not wanting to go inside. I probably need to stay out here and sleep, but it's already getting colder. Oh, good. I'm glad you were here. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed the Information Man show today. You know, this is only the second or third time that I've seen segments of his show, but I don't know if it was him being outside or, you know, but it just, the energy and the vibration, it just felt really like he seemed really like in his element. I was kind of like, okay, like I could really feel him, you know, today. And maybe the other times when it's like been technical challenges or whatever, it's been harder, or when he's been interacting with other people, but I really enjoyed, you know, and I didn't get to see, I didn't get to see much of it because by the time I came on, he was already very bad connection. By the time I came on, he was already winding down. So I didn't get to see much, but it's really nice. I like the idea of all the different voices and people finding their voices and finding, you know, spaces and ways of expressing themselves. And it's like, dang, it's very bad connection. So I'm going to get off, but it's like, we're so beautiful. It's such a, oh my God, is it me leaning over there that's making the connection go out? But anyway, let me let y'all go. I know y'all got plenty of stuff to do. I appreciate you being here with me because I know you could have been anywhere in the world, and you definitely made my meal and my time. You just multiplied the value, added value like crazy, and made it beautiful and wonderful and special. Made me feel like I'm almost part of a virtual community, which is really just fascinating to me. I'll look for that email, Brother Ayapo. I love y'all. I love us for real. I really do. I love us for real. So today is the best day ever. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Go out. be blessed and be a blessing. You know, just share the love and know and trust and believe that despite the propaganda that's out there, that, you know, you are wonderful, royal, beautiful, fabulous, wonderful. We always have been. We always will be. Our legacy is that. We come from strong, beautiful, wonderful people. And we do and we are. That's who we are. That's our legacy, and that's who we are. And there's a lot of propaganda and stuff that wants us to believe something else, but we see through to the truth, you know. So let's just shine, y'all. Keep shining, fabulites. I love you. Peace. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Be you.